Juan, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. I know you're busy, but thank you for taking the time coming here to talk to me. I promise I'll be very quick, but I promise this is going to be a wonderful interview. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivan. Thanks to you, as always.
I am going to start by asking the first question, of course. And can you please tell me the name of your company and when you started it?
Yes, the company is called Viajes. It's a Spanish word for travel and travel. The company actually started in 1982. It's a family company. It was started by the father of my wife, which is Sarah Cadavid. And the company, actually, the student line, the student part of the business starting around 2004, when Sarah traveled as an international student to the UK. And then she saw the opportunity to do business like his father did. And she started offering some schools, and she started to offer a surplus of some person taking the students out in this first experience. And then the business started growing from there. And I joined the company actually on 2014. And since then, I became, at the beginning, I was manager for an office, just Bogotá market. And then I've been promoted.
That's lovely. Excellent. So the company actually exists since 1982, you mentioned. And then Sarah took over or started working in 2004, which is almost 20 years ago.
Yes. It's because his father he's always been more focused on tourism, on the tourism side. And so he worked before just with tourism. Doing travels to China, to Southeast Asia, Europe, Argentina. He did some things, small things on education, but it's just small groups going to the United States and things like that. But not really focus on education as we are right now.
Nice. Okay, great. And well, I know you are not originally from the educational industry. You have another background. The question is, why did you become an international education expert? What happened in this middle of the way?
Yeah, I'm actually I'm a mechanical engineer. It's my profession. It's what I studied. When I traveled to London also to study English, when to practice and to get better in English, when I finished my degree. And then when I came back, I started working in the oil and gas industry in Colombia. That was around 2010, 2009. But I always loved my experience as an international student in the UK, in London. And I always wanted to do a master's degree or some other higher education degree. And 3 years later, I decided it was time to go back. And then I moved to the UK again. That time I went with Sarah. That's the key part in this part of the history. Yeah, I met Sarah when I came back to Colombia, and we started dating. And I went to the UK again with her to do a master's degree. And in this trip, I accompanied Sarah. I was invited because Sarah wanted me to join her as a representative from Viajes in some international fairs. We went to Turkey for a higher education fair, and we went to some other different around Europe. So I got involved in the business. And when we came back to Colombia, to Bogotá, I started looking for a job. Actually, as I went back to the oil and gas industry. It was not the very best, the best time to come back, because I remember the oil prices being not very good on that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always giving my opinion, my 2 cents about the business to Sarah, and say, why you don't do this, why you don't do that. So she said, okay, if you know that much, come and join me.
Uh-huh.
And I always loved the industry. When I was in the meetings with Sarah, I loved the meetings. I loved to meet the people in the industry, the schools, the universities, everything. So I just joined. It was
Mm-hmm.
natural for me to join the company.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's been like 10 years now?
It's been, yeah, it's gonna be 9 years next year.
Wow. Okay. Amazing. Well done. Well done. Okay. Brilliant. And okay, so being in the market for a long time, and Sara, of course, she's been in the market even longer, but both of you running the business. Uh, how do you see the future of international education for Colombia? Maybe not only for Colombia, if you have a wider view of that, it's okay. But for your area, how do you see it?
I see it as a growing opportunity and a growing market, because with the globalization now, the internet has done something amazing. We are hyper connected now. People are hyper connected, so we want to know everything from everywhere. But it's still very important to get to the countries, to the places, to the cities, and get to know the people at first hand, and to educate yourself about how the culture is and how the education is different in every other part. And people are more aware of that now, even in middle classes, even in low classes. The aspiration of people of going to study abroad is growing. Mm-hmm. So if now we reach a market, even though we are 45 million in Colombia, for example, reaching 50 million people, I think the market right now is not more than 1 million. But every day more people are having the income, more people are looking are planning on how to get into international education in any way. So the market is going to be growing in Colombia and in Latin America for sure, because, for example, there are some countries that are not still very aware of the possibilities of studying abroad. So if you take the risk, I think, to go to new markets on countries that you have not imagined that they can do international education, I think everyone is willing to do international, to get into international education.
Absolutely. Okay. Do most of your students go on language programs, short-term language programs, or more or longer programs like colleges, universities?
In Colombia, our main product has always been English programs, 24 weeks or longer. So language programs. Okay. Mostly English.
Mostly English. Okay.
Yeah, it's always, but we usually always sell 24 weeks or longer. Okay. And now we are seeing a growing market on higher education in different ways. Different ways. College in Canada, BETS in Australia, many different things. And some people willing to pay for higher education degrees in other different countries. Okay. So this is growing a lot.
Nice, very nice. Okay, excellent. And my last question is, again, being on the road for such a long time, you have learned some lessons. Of course, everyone has. But what is one lesson, if you can choose one, that you have learned and that you would like to share with other CPIEA fellow members?
I think that we have to be passionate about what we do in this industry. We are giving and building dreams for students and for our teams in any agency that we work with, and we need to be passionate about this, about helping students to build the dreams, about every day doing this and doing it better than the day before, to learn every day. And for that, I think if we are not passionate about this job, at the end we will be offering a not that good program service, because at the end we are just connecting two dots, and we have to do it in the best way possible.
Okay, well, that's a wonderful lesson. We need to love what we do, otherwise maybe look for something else, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, brilliant. Well, it was, I mean, we have talked a few times over the last couple of months, and it's always wonderful to talk to you. Thank you so much again for your time. It was a great interview. And I hope, I always say that, and I really mean it, I hope we can meet in person one day in the future, because you're a great guy, and I really hope we can meet sometime.
Ivan, thanks to you. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and thanks to CPIEA for all the work that you are doing.
Thank you so much. Take care, my friend, and see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Ivan. Bye.